Okay, next up, how to coach evaluation plans. We just talked about where we are in the process. We're now into the evaluation stage of the sales process because we've just run a really good evaluation kickoff. As a reminder, we use the strength of our playback to validate we have the buy-in of that potential champion, and we've used that buy-in to co-build the evaluation plan that we're putting together now. We're looking to demonstrate that commercially we're the best option, that technically we're the best option, and that legal and security aren't a concern, and we can tick all the boxes we need to tick. It's really about giving them all of the detail that are going to form that business case. So up to now, the idea of our solution should be a really strong one, but now it's all about the validating details that prove that against these three buckets. How that manifests is as a plan, similar to how you plan for a lot of things. We've got items, owners, timelines, and success criteria is something we'll talk about in a second. So for that commercial validation and technical validation, some of the items that's going to mean might be things like doing a cost analysis, doing a demo for a stakeholder team. Like it doesn't, there'll be, when you're selling your solution, like there'll be kind of frequent activities that come up. Some of them might be run by you, some of them might be run by a solution architect or sales engineer. You might have specialized teams to do some component parts of it. But really, this is like the plan that you co-own with your champion, where you just itemize out all the steps and it has the milestones on it. So it has those items, owners, timelines. But the most important thing that I want you to take away here, and when you're coaching your reps, what you're really looking for that gives them control over these deals is success criteria. What I mean by that is when you're doing that cost exercise, cost analysis exercise, for instance, what does success against that item actually mean? If it's a money saving, if it's a time saving, what number does the champion need to see to feel really good about it? And then you're applying like risk assessment thinking to that thing. So what happens if you're looking for a 20% saving, but it comes back as a 15% saving? What happens then? Is the deal blown up? Are we still on? Will the champion sell a 15% saving internally? Like what actually is like the yardstick for each of these items? Similarly, if it's a stakeholder demo, let's say for an IT team or a marketing team, whatever it might be, what happens if some members of that team aren't happy, they're not satisfied, they don't want to change process? Does that blow up the deal? Will the champion sort that? Are they fine with that negative feedback? They're going to push it into place anyway. Like what actually happens? That's what we're trying to do here with success criteria thinking. For all of these items, we're applying risk assessments. What happens if? What happens if? And if we do this with every single item, that tells us as we're moving through, we're not just ticking items off and then hoping that we get to the end and say, hey, we did all the items. Can we do the next step? We're saying, hey, we agreed if we meet this criteria, we satisfy and we'll move forwards. We've met all that criteria. When's the earliest we can progress? Thank you very much.